could that have even crossed your mind at 23 when you took over?
No, it was just complete ignorance and like just bootstrapping.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to do more, but it was just literally just left hand, right hand.
Yeah.
So I mean, I took an estimating class. I have an old IBM computer, and I studied at night how to write the codes. I had no idea how to write the scope, and we were making good money. And I had my first tax year, and I was so ignorant to business, I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, I have this money in the bank, and they're like, we're gonna take half of that. I was like, what? So I was smart enough to go, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
Malik and Marcus's nonprofits, Dream Chasers.
Okay.
They do all workforce development for, for low-income communities and things like that, which is beautiful. And then now I'm going to come in and offer Restoring Lives Foundation to do storm shelters and infrastructure rehab work in the same communities that we're working in. And in doing that, then the cities will help work with us on, we can also invest.
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing a good deed.
Yeah.
But guess what? To do good deeds, you have to make money.
If you had to do it all over again, what steps would you skip yourself? What would you tell yourself
I think
to
the
do?
only important one is that stop thinking you know it all and stop thinking that someone's going to come fix it for you.
Oh, yeah.
And also being so scared to the fake it till you make it quote. I hate that.
Yeah.
I always say if you fake it, you're not going to make it.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to fake it and acting like I knew what I was doing and with all the contractors. I was young also.
Yeah.
Like I was 23 competing with 43-year-old guys. Like I walk in, I know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing. If I could look back, I would look for more advice.
All right, man. Legacy Lounge. Sometimes people want to talk.
We have an incredible guest here.
What's up, brother?
The definition of the Legacy Lounge is the stuff that he's putting together. He's a great community leader. His story is amazing.
We are honored to have Brett Lawton. We got you in the Legacy Lounge, man. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Episode 61, and Rene, as this is very fitting. He's rocking some Enjoy gear.
Man, I am loving this. I put it on again this morning and immediately went back to the site. I need to get other colors of this thing. It's my favorite winter hoodie.
That's how I met Brett. Was through Vince at a fundraising event that they had in Roseville. And when I saw that hoodie, I kind of had to give Rene the backstory.
Sure.
Vince needs to do a little bit of a better job making the cycling gear for people that are above 5'8". But the stuff that I can buy is I have an Enjoy hat, I have Enjoy socks, and I'm going to be able to get the hoodie. But as far as trying to get me into like an actual cycling jersey,
do it anyway. Support, man.
it's going to be a halter top.
Exactly.
You have your Rocky moment there. We're ordering new gear, so I'm honored that he invited me to come in and help with the clothing line, and then we're going to be launching Enjoy Golf line as well.
No way.
So that's up and coming. Yeah, so we're going to combine those two together. I mean, there's a lot of synergy between the two anyway, so I think
That's incredible news. I know where I'll be dropping a lot of money at.
That is sick. I mean, dude's a beast. I mean, let's kind of start there. How did you guys cross paths?
Honestly, so I mean, I knew of Vince. I mean, my background, I got into mixed martial arts, and I fought a little bit, nowhere near his level, but was always passionate about the sport. And actually, my controller, Ina, her husband, does a lot of digital content creation. Jesse, and he was doing the documentary on Vince.
Got it.
And then Jesse was doing videos for Restoring Lives Foundation. And Vince just out of nowhere said, I'm going to be doing this ride. I would like to donate the funds to this nonprofit. We haven't even met yet. Dang. So he did the ride. He made a substantial donation through downtown Ford. And then he came and we met in my office. And then that one meeting turned into me and him meeting for lunch a couple times. Yeah. And then our energies just connected, and now we're working together on a few projects. And he's on board with a nonprofit, and we're running with a clothing line together. And I think the sky's the limit there. So
incredible.
He's a really good dude. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Fun.
So where are you from? Because I don't even think I touched on that. Are you from California?
Yeah, I'm from California.
Okay.
Yeah. So born and raised in Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Homeschooled my whole life. Grew up doing construction. Worked full-time from 16 on. Worked with my dad just doing remodel work, construction work. My dad got in the restoration sector early 90s, working for AAA. Mm-hmm. And I was running a crew at that time, so I was just doing the work myself. Transitioned from that, just worked nonstop. And took my dad's company over at 24, 2006. We incorporated.
Wow.
We were still in my dad's barn at that point. And I was living in the barn, and below the barn was the shop. So I would just walk downstairs and meet the crews.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very grassroots.
Yeah.
And then from that, just started learning more about restoration. So we go out there and do the construction, and we'd be out there for weeks for $10,000 kitchen remodel. And then the guys with the DHUs would come in; they'd be gone in 2 days, the same price. I was like, my brain was like, maybe I should get into that. So it's kind of scale from construction to restoration, then from restoration to abatement, from abatement to contents and textiles. Always looking for laterals.
Yeah.
It's like, but the crew's already out there, so we were able to scale quite quickly by adding other layers to it that are symbiotic while the crew's already there.
Yeah.
So we scaled from a couple trucks now to we had almost 200 employees, but now we're back down to 100 because that was just crazy.
Yeah.
But we're in 2 states, 4 locations.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so that growth was from, you said you took it over what year?
2006.
2006 to now, and
Yeah.
got it to over 200. And
Yep.
I mean, we obviously know what the industry has done. So there's been way less stuff going on recently. So I understand
Correct.
the
Yep.
contraction
Exactly.
of what it is. But that's a huge increase over that amount of time,
sure.
especially in that line of work, because
It is. Yep.
that's a lot to juggle. How do you juggle that many people?
I mean, well, the problem I didn't. So I was very successful running a few crews. Like we were doing decent revenue, just me and a couple guys, and that was left hand, right hand. That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with a business background.
Yeah.
I grew up with a construction background.
Yeah.
I could build shit.
Uh-huh.
But a company with all the different processes, procedures, HR, I struggled. So, and I still do. But now I've found a good team. Like my team now, they pretty much run the stuff that I'm bad at.
Yeah.
I'm still I'm CEO, but I should be the operation manager.
Yeah.
I just know ops like the back of my hand.
Understood.
I know. Our product is labor.
Yeah.
So our labor efficiency rate, like I know the X multipliers.
Yeah.
What a truck and a guy should do or a gal should do. That number doesn't change that much.
Yeah.
To me, it's easy math.
Yeah.
And so if you overcomplicate it, you get lost in the data. The banks want to see this, but real profit looks like this. Then they're
Exactly.
2 different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want to
Love it.
make sure that I'm tracking too.
Yeah,
So this company, approximately now about 100 employees. Is this solely restoration work, or is it also just construction where somebody that wants to do a full blown remodel?
It's all of it. So we pivoted. We're 80% restoration sector, which is fueled by insurance companies.
Got it.
So we're on all the programs. There's TPAs called third party administrators.
Yep.
So we're on all the different programs. We comply. We have all the licensing. So your overhead goes to the roof to comply with the monster that's insurance, right? You can't just be a guy in a pickup truck that does good work. They won't hire you. You have to have all these things in place and all the other insurances, and your overhead goes crazy. Like our overhead's like 28%, where before it was 10%.
Yeah.
Just to be on these programs.
Yeah.
Does a lot of that have to do with being in California as well?
That as well, but also the admin work behind the scenes. You're working for 9 different bosses. You know, the insurance company, the agent, the adjuster, the TPA, the audit reviewer, and then the client. And and now you have to have people doing all that. It's not just going there and meeting Miss Smith. Now you're meeting Miss Smith plus her entire power team of 8 people that are auditing numbers. So it got very problematic. So we pivoted from that back to commercial construction. That's how I got into my real estate stuff. I do a lot of custom builds. We don't really flip anymore. We rehab and keep.
Are we talking commercial or residential?
Both. Yeah. So we're like 60-40 blend on my real estate company. So 60% residential, 40% commercial. But I use the same same teams to do those rehabs. So it keeps our costs down.
Incredible.
And you're still getting dirty out there, like when you're out there.
I wish I could now. I'm getting dirty running around talking to people now. But I tell my team, like, honestly, whenever I go look at a job, even my own properties, I'm all, this feels nice. Hop into the truck with a cup of coffee and just driving the job site. I'm like, I do miss that. But I don't get to do it very much.
Yeah.
I do a lot of my own projects, so I run all my own real estate rehab stuff personally. But my ops manager runs all the teams, and we have like 9 or 10 estimators, 10, 12 project managers, and then all the crews and all the subs.
Man,
amazing.
he said something that just strikes a chord for me. It's amazing how, like, the arc of business, when you open something, you build it, then you go back and see, like, the part that you started with, and like, just want to go back to
Exactly.
that.
I mean, well, that was a spark. You lose the spark. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to be realistic with what actually drives you. And is it just for a number? So I lost track. I started getting into these groups and making good money, and like this person's making this gross revenue. You're like, I have to hit that.
Yeah.
Not knowing what that even means.
Yeah.
At all. You're like, that's the new goal.
Yeah.
That's a very flawed way of looking at things without knowing
100%
exactly what
is.
that means. I don't care if you're doing $1 billion in revenue. What's your net? What's the cost of that? I'm all, I mean,
And the time it takes to get to that.
yeah, and when we scaled, I made less money when we scaled triple than I did when it was smaller because we're making 40% profit margin.
That's
So would you rather have 40% of 5 million or 10% of 30? I'm all
Thank
you're,
you.
like it's not. You're like, the numbers don't really add up. The banks want the latter of the two.
Yeah.
But for actual cash on hand, less is more sometimes.
You speak my language, man. I feel that to my core, man.
Yeah. And
That's
then-
awesome.
And over leveraging is a real thing too. You start, you just have a rattlesnake with a
Yep.
tail.
Mm-hmm.
So you get, getting bank loans and everything now it all compounds on you. Your overhead now turns into bank overhead, operating overhead, everything, and you're always hoping for that big payday, but sometimes it never comes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to be careful.
Wow.
Well, one of the things you mentioned that, and I'm aware of just from doing some research, is that you've done a pretty good job at buying and holding on to real estate.
Yeah. So I got into that by default. Literally, it's a funny story. I was flying to Hawaii to go surfing and I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad right during the crash. And that was like one of our best years. I just moved out of my dad's barn, leased a place in Loomis, had my first little shop, and we were making good money. And I had my first tax year, and I was so ignorant to business, I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, I have this money in the bank, and they're like, we're gonna take half of that. I was like, what? So I was smart enough to go, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
And then I read that book. I'm all, I can do that. The crash happened, and I was buying block sales, like houses in North Island for 20, 30,000 a piece.
Yes.
And just like fixing them up and holding them.
Yep, fixing them up and renting them.
And did you end up selling?
I sold more than I should have because being young and naive, the grass is always greener. I look back at sold that one to buy this one literally for no reason whatsoever, just to say I did. They both scaled the same way.
Right.
So now our new principle is like you buy and hold.
Yeah.
The flipping model is how you get cash on hand to start buying and holding. Like every property pretty much trends the same way unless you find an anomaly. I look back, if I just kept everything and didn't flip, I would have all the closing costs. I would have all that savings.
Dang.
I'm like, you're just losing money. You're dropping 10,000 to sell this, to buy another one that's going to appreciate the same way in a slightly better neighborhood. You look back, I sold a whole bunch to BlackRock of all things. I'm like,
Did you?
I'm like, these guys are crazy. They want to buy. I
Exactly.
bought it for 30. They're going to be 300,000. They're going to pay them all. These guys are nuts.
Yeah.
And now they've three. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're not nuts.
They're not.
they're brilliant.
They're not.
they know,
They
what
know
they're
a
doing.
lot
They
over
know
there.
what they're doing. So I learned my lesson there too.
I think that's like hearing that is something where I've looked back because I'm like a kind of a small fish on I flip homes as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
And I've had some big ones where I'm looking back and I'm like, dude, if I would have just literally sat and held this property,
Yep.
it would have been. I mean, I bought a property. The one that I regret the most, I bought a property in Newcastle, and it was on, I want to say, 5 acres.
Oh yeah, perfect.
And it was just a super slam dunk. Got it as a short sale, and
Nice.
I bought this property, I want to say, for $500,000.
Okay.
And approximately 5 years after I bought it, it sold for $1.2 million.
I have a
and
few
I'm just
stories like that too.
I
Yeah.
can't
I
believe.
have a few stories like that too.
Ugh.
Yeah. So
and
no,
then-
that's good to hear. It's good to hear somebody else, like, an expert in the field
Yep.
with buying properties and just hold them, especially commercial. I think I ran into a buddy of mine. He's actually in one of the car clubs. He owns a bunch of Porsches and like old school BMWs.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But he bought a bunch of properties around 08, 09
Mm-hmm.
with his brothers in the Elk Grove area, and I think
Okay.
they got up to about, I want to say, like 10 to 12 properties.
Yeah.
Held on to them as rentals, and then eventually sold them all and 1031 them into multifamily in the
Yep.
Midtown area. And I think it's like the evolution is, going from single family to multifamily
Exactly.
to end up then in commercial. I think
Well,
that's
it's
the end goal.
That's why I like real estate. It's like construction. You can work on one house, or if you work on a commercial building, it's the same building. So the overhead's the same.
Yeah.
So if I go work on a small kitchen, project manager, estimator, team rolls that house for a small dollar amount. One giant project, one project manager, one estimator, higher level, but same place
Yeah.
every time. That's how you scale fast. I mean, one small house, same issues: dishwasher leaks, plumbing leaks, roof leaks, tenants don't pay. Apartment complex, you have 20 doors in one location.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes it easier. It's more sustainable. Yep.
That part.
Man, yeah,
Yep.
shoot, for the people listening, man, especially that first time when you're talking about the ones where they escalate at the same rate. He just dropped a 2-minute masterclass to people, and I hope
Yeah.
y'all appreciate that, because a lot of people learn from the mistakes,
Sure.
and they're gonna go do it the
Yep.
same. But he just dropped something
Well, I mean,
super
I'm
valuable.
very thick-skinned. I only learn from my mistakes. I made a lot of bad mistakes. I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
I was the dummy doing it,
Yeah.
and I look back, I'm all, wow,
Man,
who is that guy?
but I would even like to go full circle on it though, man, because taking over your the company at 23 years old,
Yeah.
and when you had to rattle off the things that you had to do for when you expanded and the rate of return on it and everything like that. I mean,
Yeah.
could you even imagine all the different hats that you wear right now and all the things that you dabble in?
No.
What could that have even crossed your mind at 23 when you took over?
No, it was just complete ignorance and like just bootstrapping it.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to do more, but it was just literally just left hand, right hand.
Yeah.
So I mean, I took an estimating class. I have an old IBM computer, and I did it. I studied at night how to write the codes. I had no idea how to write the scope. I could write on a notepad, but I couldn't get it through the insurance company. So like I remember like in my dad's barn, like trying to learn the codes on this old school computer with the flip phone. I'm like looking back, I'm like we were printing up MapQuests at 2 o'clock in the morning.
gosh.
Like it was back in the day, but you didn't have. So like we get calls for like 15 water losses. I'd be flying to the office printing up MapQuests for my guys, and they'd be taking them and stapling them together. Here's a picture of the house. Here's your MapQuest to get to Deep Grass Valley. Godspeed.
Goodness, that's great.
And you look back now, like we're still making more money then. Now all the technology, all the iPads with everybody. I'm
Yeah.
like, something has changed, and like the world has changed. It's gotten more complicated.
Yeah.
But back then, simpler was still easier, even analog.
I like it.
But it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, we have to be ever evolving. But there's also some things in real estate and construction that you can go back old school.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, a lot of old school intrinsic framers and contractors are well known. They still do it very old school.
Wow.
Like, and they're doing billions of dollars. They just don't deviate from what they know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so everything else, all the complexity comes with the route control and your employees and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to building,
Yeah.
I mean, the cost is the cost. And, yeah.
On your restoration company,
Yeah.
would you say that it's predominantly more? I mean, obviously we're in California.
Mhm.
Would you say that you're seeing more fire damage stuff, flood stuff, or is it just like a mixed bag?
It's a mixture. There's been a lot more fire damage recently, but with all the issues with the insurance companies and the California Fair Plan, like those used to be cash cows for us, and now we have a lot where like they're underinsured, and we don't find out till later. We've lost our ass on a lot of these big fires. We have restoration companies flying from everywhere. They fly in from all states to come chase these things, but like it's like 1 in 12 homeowners are non-insured, and the amount of underinsured is like 30% or more. So
12?
Yeah, 1 in
That
12.
is
One,
stupid.
one in 12 is uninsured, like no insurance whatsoever. It's like 6.1 million people have no insurance whatsoever. And the amount of underinsured, we're probably underinsured in this room. I'm probably one of my rental properties probably is you can't keep up.
Yeah.
And there's always disclosures when you have multiple houses. You're trying to find a way to cut costs. Insurance is a huge overhead cost,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
Until one thing happens, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Like that affects the person that's uninsured more than it affects you and your company.
both sometimes because we go out there for the insurance company, we jump in and we'll find out later on that they're underinsured, and then we have to sometimes eat the cost, or what we're gonna do is sue the client.
Eat the claws. Oh
Yeah,
my
that-
Are you-
goodness.
that's what's
This is worst case scenario type
well,
shit.
this is what's happened when we had some really bad years where we got oversaturated with that, and then didn't do the due diligence. Now we have to audit every property ahead of time. How many liens does it have? How many homeowners? We never did that before.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just assumed the insurance company calls. They said they have an insured loss. Go do it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, better check that because that's denied. There's no coverage there. There's no coverage for this.
Another one you learned the wrong way.
And now
right?
we have to do the digging.
Yeah.
They don't do the digging.
Yeah.
So yet again, more people on my staff to do more digging,
Yeah.
more research versus just going out and building it.
Oh,
And so
my
the
goodness.
building process has become the easiest part.
Yeah.
It's the back office staffs. Like for every employee, I probably have 3 back office staff. That's insane.
That's crazy.
I mean, those multipliers don't work.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I would say though that even though what you just described scares the shit out of me, it still sounds like you have carved out a niche because
yeah.
if you were to ask me right now, hey Chris, how many like contractors you know, how many general contracting companies you know, I could probably name like 10, 15.
Sure.
But if you asked me how many restoration focused on that component, I would say one, and I'm staring at him.
It's funny. It's funny because it's the exact opposite. Sacramento is one of the most saturated
Really?
areas for restoration.
Really?
It's,
How many do you know?
there's thousands here.
Is there?
Like
Damn.
there's smaller shops and franchises, but it's an oversaturated market because the restoration work. I mean, most janitorial companies get into restoration because it doesn't require a GC license. You go from bringing out the water extractor, cleaning carpets is the same as extracting water from a flood. Only thing you're doing different is bringing the dehues and all the stuff and all the equipment out there to run, and that's on a lease.
Yeah.
So that just prints money.
Yeah.
But now everybody knows that. So now that's the easy money. That used to be the holy grail. Now you can't get that without doing all of it.
Yeah.
So like the programs we're on, we don't just get the water mitigation. We have to do all of it.
Yeah.
The build back, the GC, the abatement, the textile, then we get all of it. But like that's problematic as well because 2 are cash cows and 3 lose money. So the over under, your median is now. So now I have to run a flow map of that whole project. It hit this number because you can't do silos anymore.
Yeah.
So, because this silo is going to hemorrhage money, but in hopes that this one, like, it gets complicated. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
That's
That's wild. Is it a situation where we don't know a ton because of the side of the real estate that we're on? I mean, I'm not even sure. I own a mortgage company, so we got 50 plus people
cool.
in the
All right.
in the company.
I
So I got an
would-
insurance person in my, and it's not my company, but this isn't on my radar either.
It's
you
not
know?
on my radar. I would imagine because Brett's been doing it for as long as you have. This is your world, so you're probably more aware of those companies. But like when it comes to like, I don't want to be aware of restoration because that just means that I'm involved in some shit that's
for sure
going down.
Yeah,
Which brings me to my next question. So let me run this by you.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm somebody that owns a property in the Midtown area.
Okay.
You know, old house. Built in the early 1900s, basement conversion.
Yep.
We know, I know that some very common stuff to happen on these older properties and with basement conversions is flooding.
Yep.
Things like that.
Flooding, settling.
Yeah. Let's just pretend that there's some serious things that happen with flooding and there's damage. Would it be beneficial for a homeowner to not go through insurance?
Not usually, because that property is Pandora's box of hell for you because it's got to probably have asbestos. You know, it's going to have knob and tube wiring mixed with regular wiring. You're going to have lath and plaster, the old school lath and plaster, blended with drywall, with multiple layers of plywood, true sawn lumber with regular lumber. It is like, it's the holy grail for us if it's insured, or it's a nightmare otherwise because you're dealing with layers upon layers of building codes from over 100 years plus friable hazardous material, plus you're in the city that highly regulates all that. So it's the worst case scenario. I'd have that thing over insured.
Got it.
Okay.
So
There
you go. I guess where my mind goes, especially as of recent. So I sell real estate. Rene owns a mortgage company, so this is like our world. But I just had back-to-back buyers that are purchasing properties in older neighborhoods, and the insurance companies are like giving the buyers a checklist of we're not going to issue you an insurance policy unless you show us pictures of the electrical panel, what type of roof is it, this is stuff that's never happened early on in my career.
This is all new. This is a new frontier.
It is.
Back in the day, they'd be like, they're going to come out and do an inspection. They never did.
Never did the inspection.
No, I have a list now. Even now, I'm like naive. I'm like, they won't do it. It's got from my office today, like a list of 20 properties, full inspections, pictures from their audit team of stuff I got to do, defensible space. I'm like, holy smoke, they're not joking.
Yeah.
And like the denials are through the roof too. Like I have properties that have been denied by almost every carrier. So I have to go to unique boutique carriers or do like weird umbrella policies to get things. It's
so that's kind of where my mind goes. Is like I'm like, let's say that there's when I gave the Midtown example, that could have been, I'm just going to throw out this number, $200,000 to take care of all of the damage, right?
Yep.
But what if it was like an affluent homeowner that had that money to spend out of pocket? My question would be, let's say they do go through insurance and now everything's done, are they going to be now considered like a red flag? That might be an insurance question.
Yeah,
and
insurance
that's
question.
it depends on. There's a lot of
think
lot
the
of things
answer
there.
is yes.
They're looking in California any reason to deny you.
Exactly.
So yes, before you would have a class action lawsuit. Now carriers are already stating they're moving out of California.
Yep.
Like State Farm, one of the biggest carriers around, they're moving out of California
Correct.
completely. While
Correct.
business changes, I've never seen this in my 25 years. Like on my side of it, never seen this before. The biggest players are moving out. I'm like, it's very symbiotic to a lot of the big companies and corporations moving out of California. It's insane. And the liability we carry afterwards is insane because it's a sue happy state. And the insurance companies, they have to pay out, like their retainers are insane. I mean, they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend a case for 10 grand because they have to.
Oh my God.
So you look at that.
That's
it's
crazy.
it's crazy. But so for me, my thing is always like, do your due diligence, and also to be self-insured, unless you're rich enough to run a captive.
Yeah.
Like my goal one day with my home office and probably 2 or 3 other homies' home office is to have a captive where we have, $100 million captive, high premiums. That money's in the market, making money at hopefully 12%. Now it makes sense. But if I'm going to spend 200 grand on my pocket, that's just throwing bad money at bad money because I just get the exact same thing back.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay the insurance and hopefully the rest of my money works for me. That's the compound effect.
Right.
If I'm holding 200 grand with this property, I could have taken that 200 grand and bought another down payment on another house.
Yep.
And paid my 10 grand a month.
Yep.
Because I'm hoping that house will appreciate at hopefully 15%. And then otherwise it's sitting there, you're losing what? With inflation, 7-8% technically?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish Kenneth Carson was here because what I'm curious about, because you are right, they're probably not going to renew you once you file that claim, right? So 200K is out and you're not going to be able to go with that carrier. I'm curious what other carriers allow, what's the difference in price of that? Because you're going to be paying more going forward.
It goes up, and you start to learn what you do and don't need on policies.
Yeah.
Like I've become a practitioner on going through the policy to see what I do and don't need, like contents versus substructures.
Yeah,
like
good call.
And you put your money where the most likely issue is going to happen. So you play the game.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need to have like if I don't live there, I don't need contents. I don't need dwelling B coverage.
Yep.
I don't need ALE. I just want dwelling coverage as high as possible, and I want it at not actual cash value. I want it at incurred value because actual cash value is what the insurance company thinks it should
worth.
cost.
Yep.
And what incurred value is what I charge you to do it. You get the bill.
Yep.
As long as it's incurred, they owe that.
Yep.
Plus 20 or 30% for code upgrades. That's the way a policy should be written to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
And if not, then
Not to put you on blast, but your property that you live in now, you're on acreage.
Oh yeah,
How many acres?
45 acres.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a big house too. It's California Fair
Couple
Plan.
acres.
The insurance is more than I thought I'd ever pay on a mortgage.
That's wild.
yeah.
That is insane. So
Well,
you're paying. You're
so,
paying too.
and I have all the insurance dues and all. I got quotes for $60,000 a year for insurance, legit. And I got my insurance down the property we're talking about. I'm paying $28,000 a year for California Fair Plan and $8,000 for which is going to be flood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like everything else. So it's called Act of God policy. But anything fire is California Fair Plan in this area, including a kitchen fire. I'm like, it's not just a wildfire.
Yeah.
If your turkey catches fire, it's California Fair Plan.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even fucking breathe.
I'm telling you, man.
It is wild.
Next year when we plan on having a huge celebration party when we hit our 100th episode, and our vision for this was to bring all of the guests. Huge opportunity for people to mix, and so
Sounds awesome.
We'll just have it at your house, bro. You're on 45 acres.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
There's not enough insurance for all of us to be there.
We'll make sure that everyone signs a waiver.
That sounds like
It's
a
gonna
problem,
be a big
man.
contract. Oh man.
Let's pivot right now with
love
that.
it.
Let's do it,
He
please.
did say he'll think about it, so that'd be good.
Oh,
I'd
man.
like to think about it. It's all
He
good.
is notorious for inviting himself. So
That's how I've been.
It's
Man,
all
we
good.
had Ann Fong on the podcast.
I saw that. Yeah.
And she's like talking about her annual company Christmas party, and I'm like,
yeah.
she offered before you asked.
Oh, she did offer?
before
Okay.
you asked. So
Okay,
you
cool.
didn't invite yourself.
funny.
I'll vouch for you on
well,
that.
she lives out in Loomis, and she said that on her property she's got like a racetrack. So I was like, man, I gotta go.
It's been under construction though. So her place is right by Parker's school. My son goes to Loomis Charter.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, cool.
so I've been watching all the construction going on at that property.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Do you have just one kid?
I have one 9-year-old son and a 23-year-old daughter.
Nice.
23-year-old.
Yeah, she actually just moved back from Boston, and she's working for the company. She's doing property management.
Wow.
And her boyfriend moved back. He's doing construction work for all my real estate. He's actually
Incredible.
so I'm very, very happy. That was part of one of my legacy pieces. So
Oh my goodness.
can I pivot for a second?
Yeah,
Please, please
So
do.
I got invited to join this Capital Minds group. It's kind of part of EO, but it's separate. So you have to have a certain net worth, and you have to talk about all your side hustles, not your main business. And we all had to present, bring in audited financials, and then go over your biggest wins and biggest losses. And I decided to kind of mix it up, and I went over all the wins, and then I told the whole team my biggest loss is that I have all this. My daughter's been in Boston for 5 years, and I raised her from she was 10 to 18.
Yeah.
And I need to get her back. And all my boys are like, Lawton, just do what you do best, poach her, write her a business deal. And I'm like, Dad, I'm all, it's my daughter. She should know better. They're like, bro, just do it. Go home, chat GBT. They go through the whole process. Her and her boyfriend go through pages of questionnaires. They make the decision because they're smart. They go, got it. We're moving back. And now they're out here and they're kicking ass, and I'm pumped.
This is an incredible story, man.
Proud dad moment, yeah.
Dude.
This dude just put together a business plan to poach his daughter back to
But
California.
That's why being around
But
people.
I gave her two.
Yeah.
I gave her. I know her in Boston. Well, here's what I think the opportunity in Boston. Correct me if I'm wrong. Here's the boxes.
Yeah.
And add to it. I'm all, here's the opportunity in California out here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do the whole workshop, then get back to me.
Yeah.
They did the entire workshop, not me pushing them.
Yeah.
Just do the math.
They
do
talk
the
themselves
numbers.
into it.
Yep. And they're like, got it.
So what is her
So
position in the company?
So she's
again?
doing property management. So
Got it.
all the long-term rentals, and then I'm teaching her how to do the lease agreements and how to go out to the job sites with me and learn about how to run the vendors for the rehab stuff.
Now, when
So-
you say property management, is that a mix between the residential homes and the commercial? Or is
All of it, yes. Yeah.
All of it.
So my home office handles all of it. So she's learning to take over that role completely. So I mean, we're at a manageable amount right now. Once we get done with the construction we have now, it'll be over 40 doors, which could be a lot, but I'll help her with it.
Of
and
course.
then my home office, my CFO is a beast. So like she's my home office consists of like 2 or 3 really close friends of mine that know everything about all my stuff, and they offer support. So she'll have plenty of support.
Incredible.
And if she needs, hopefully she'll grow into it and I'll have an assistant.
Yep.
And then from there, I mean, I told her, well, if you get this done quickly, you move fast, it's not about 40 hours a week. You can do it in 20. I'll teach you about the VC fund and the nonprofit, and we'll go to mixers together. All the fun stuff you want to do when you're 18, we can do all that now, but you got to get the work done first. If you can do it in 5 hours, good for you. Then you have the rest of the week to come hang out.
Dangle the carrot, dangle the carrot.
But if it takes 60 hours, that's on you.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
this is pretty brilliant because I talk to even people that just own 1 or 2 rental properties. You know, what comes with that is, are you going to do your own?
That's the worst pot to be in. You have to either have a bunch or none because then you're paying a property management company.
But
lose money there.
you figured that out pretty quick, and that's why
Brought it
you
in-house.
started your own property management. And you're doing it all in house.
Yeah, because I mean, I have the luxury. I have the restoration team, the construction team, the content pack out team. I have a cheat code. I use all my own teams. And
Do you do property management for people outside of the properties you own? It's all the stuff that you own only.
all that stuff only? Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
And I would imagine you know this, obviously, but I say what makes property management. What's the number one thing that happens? People call you, come fix this.
Exactly.
But you already have that. That's
Yep.
your specialty.
That's the easy part. Yeah.
So her boyfriend is kind of keeping.
Yep.
When the phone's ringing, something's wrong. Is that his job to take care of?
He just moved out here, so he's been in the construction trades out there. He's been doing painting, but like I'm testing him out on different things right now. He's a very capable young man, but like I have a big commercial building off El Camino, and I have it's like 20% occupied, bunch of vacant units, just paint, drywall, glue down carpet. I'm like, bro, go to town.
Yeah.
Just show me what you got.
Yeah.
Whereabouts on El Camino?
It's El Camino. It's right in the corner of El Camino, right across the street from Ethan Conrad building,
Oh, yeah.
and where the old Harley shop used to be. So you get off at El Camino. If you're coming back towards my place, you go left, and there's that RV shop, and then it's 1301 El Camino.
So is the goal in that building on that topic is to kind of clean it up, fix it up, and get it occupied?
Exactly. Yep. I
Nice.
was gonna lobby to do all apartment complexes, but that's kind of problematic. So I think I can cash flow just by doing mixed use.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 25,000 square feet, 2-story building. I call it sub-market. It's an older building, 1970s. So you have to know what you're building for.
Yeah.
A lot of people also want to go in and make something nicer than it should be.
Yeah.
So I'm about cash on cash. I don't need to have the nicest building on the block. It needs to be nice enough to get the rent I need for the cash I put into it. If I put $3 million in that building, I'd lose my ass.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has to be done a certain way. Rents are going to be low, but it cash flows.
Yeah.
And then the equity's still there.
Yeah.
So I bought that thing, watched it go, waited for the guy, came in all cash, bought it for $1 million less than he wanted for it, walked into that equity. Now I'm going to spend $500,000. I believe I'll probably make $2 million equity by this time next year.
Incredible.
And hopefully cash on cash will be enough to pay for the mortgage I will put on it.
Yep.
And I always put 70%, pull that money out, and that's the goal. The goal is to even make money on that. But in California, my goal now is to break even on cash.
Yeah.
Because I mean that with insurance and everything else, like if you can break even and have the equity, then I can leverage that equity then make more cash.
Oh, I love that.
Because I mean, otherwise you got to go out of state.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you do all California. You don't go out of state.
we are now.
Okay.
So we're
Yeah.
so now we have a whole real estate team I brought on. Some really brilliant people. We're looking into Arkansas and other emerging markets.
Yeah.
But scares me a little bit because I've always done really well having my crew do it.
Yeah.
Now I have to go out there and find that crew.
Exactly.
I mean, I have the skill set for it, but it requires the time.
Well, agree.
Yeah, and not being out there every day. I mean,
Yeah.
Do you think if when it comes time to you buying property out of state, that there's going to be some boots on the ground with meeting a real estate broker?
Yeah, I've already done that. So I was in Arkansas for 2 weeks. So pivoting a little bit to the nonprofit. So Marcus Monk became a really close friend, a business colleague. So his whole family's from Arkansas, and he's got a really good business mind. And we talked about real estate. I helped him out with the real estate stuff. He's like, come out here. So he introduced me to a lot of the big players in Arkansas. I'm like, there's only a few families in Arkansas. Nothing moves in Arkansas without these people saying yes or no to it. So we got to go out there and kind of meet everybody and then kind of already start vetting out real estate people and then bringing in the nonprofit idea with regards to storm shelters because Malik and Marcus's nonprofits, Dream Chasers, they do all workforce development for low-income communities and things like that, which is beautiful. And then now I'm going to come in and offer Restoring Lives Foundation to do storm shelters and infrastructure rehab work in the same communities they're working in. And in doing that, then the cities will help work with us on, we can also invest.
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing a good deed.
Yeah.
But guess what? To do good deeds, you have to make money.
Yeah.
I'm always super open about that.
100%.
I'm like, I couldn't self-fund my nonprofit without making money. So it's like you have to, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Incredible.
So you ultimately met Marcus first, then Marcus introduced you to Malik, and now you guys are doing some incredible life-changing stuff together.
I met Marcus and his business partner Brian Smothers at Growth Factory with Rick Spencer and Mark Haney. I got invited to hang out, and I was at that time I was running my VC fund. I've been going down to LA, meeting with a lot of affluent people, and I was burnt out because no one wanted to hear. No one liked the old school way of doing things. Yeah. And these dudes were like eating up the old school, like construction, and real estate. And we had 8 tacos and just became fast friends. Yes. And then looking back now we're just full steam together. So
when did you kind of dip your toe into getting around other entrepreneurs? Like when in this whole timeline did that? Because I feel like that's, really such a big step to change the direction of people.
For sure. I mean, I got invited to go to join EO about 10 years ago. Okay. And then it took me about 2 years to make the leap. So I've been in EO almost 9 or 10 years. Okay. And that was like my first leap to being around entrepreneurs. And I was still very hesitant. Yeah. You always feel like you're the smallest fish, and you don't. And like I'm always about not looking weak. Yeah. But also that could be your nemesis. I think now it's like, you know what? Ask all the dumb questions and pretend like you're the poorest guy in the room. Yeah. I'm all because authentic and real beats fake every day. So I started doing that and had a lot of mentors come around and help me, and that really helped me scale a lot. And now I'm on the short list of like out of EO, like the who's who dudes and gals that on a text message, like my scariest moments, they're Tuesday coffee and vice versa. Yeah. So they know what my skill set is. I know what their skill set is. Like I got the people that understand the legal side. I can't stand legal and attorney stuff. I text them like, dude, calm down, do this. I'm all okay. And then they call me like, this is happening. I'm all, bro, this is easy.
Yeah.
Give me a second, just
Yeah,
chill.
yeah.
Go, take your kids to school.
Man. Yeah.
It's all good. We're gonna be okay. I promise.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so
Yeah.
good.
So
that's
that's
so
awesome to
good,
have, yeah.
man.
So is a majority right now, a majority of your time is out talking about the nonprofit right now?
I'm trying to push that right now because I mean it just took off so quick. So
Yeah.
we started it in 2022.
Yeah.
So and that it was really just I was going to self-fund it every year through my donor advisor fund, and we were doing like boys and girls clubs and small stuff here in Placer County because our construction company already getting invited to do this work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll just start doing a donor advisor fund, and then we'll start our own nonprofit. And we were thinking about doing more workforce development too, but then the real need was infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
And that was even before the insurance play happened, right? So like we were doing a lot of these other nonprofits, they're also underinsured or have no insurance because they can't afford it, and these buildings start falling apart. And these kids' homes are, they have mold, and they have asbestos. And when something happens, it's catastrophic.
Yep.
So, and with our skill set, we can, they're getting quoted $400,000. We can come in and do it at cost. If I use my construction team and I fund it, I'm doing it for pennies on the dollar because it's not profit.
Yeah.
Right? So like we're taking bills down from $400,000 to like 90 to 100 sometimes, and then I could handle that.
Yeah.
But that went from that to literally then the LA fires hit,
Yeah.
and then the Kings and Malik Monk and Marcus Monk were nice enough to have me at Malik Monk's shoe line opening, and they had we're there at the brand new Porsche dealership, the Hallmark one in Sacramento.
Oh yeah.
And they had the big screen up, and they played our video, and then I did my little thing, and then that just took off.
Yeah.
And then I went down to LA, and we signed up like $2 million of grant work. And I'm like, oh, well, I could raise that money.
Yeah.
Went around, couldn't raise it.
Really?
And I'm like,
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, we make good money, but I can't fund that.
Yeah.
So like now we got together, like, okay, we need to buckle down, set budgets, and start trying to raise money. So this is our first year of really like bringing the team together, saying let's get some golf tournaments going, let's get some galas, let's bring awareness to this because we're an unknown nonprofit.
Yeah.
And we've already done $600,000 to $700,000 of work already.
Yeah.
But real work.
Yeah.
Like every dollar goes to it. Like there's no paid board members.
Yeah.
And like it's hard. You can say that, but like we have the details to show it.
Yeah.
So we're doing the real work, and it's not like we hand a check off. You go here, Miss Smith, go build your house.
Yeah.
It's like I'm your consultant. You don't have to use my company, but I'll help you walk through the whole entire process. I'll grant you the money and also walk you through all the crazy things that will seem insane to you, which is what I do for a living. Is all the insurance crap or lack thereof of it, and the city permits and all the different things that come about. And you have, whether it be the hazardous materials or the erosion control. Like to a homeowner, it's insane.
Yeah.
And you have a family and they're displaced and they're living in their van. Like this is how poverty happens. And this is like without a home, like that's where it's with no house to go to. Everything else falls apart. I mean, you have a structure in a home that every kid can go, times are bad, but I remember coming home and having that bowl of cereal. My mom. It sounds silly, but it's not.
Yeah.
When you have nowhere to go to in that compounds, and then families that are already having issues, normally they don't ever get back.
Yeah. Incredible.
So it's
incredible.
Yeah.
And I actually even want to slow down just a little bit right now because
sure.
you obviously gave a lot about your why, how you're helping and everything, but can you just Cliff Notes version, the name of the nonprofit, what your mission is? I just want to ingrain into people that are watching this because you just gave so much good information of how you're making such a difference. Yeah. But I want people to really grasp it.
Yeah, so it's Restoring Lives Foundation, and that came from our mission statement at Lawton Construction, which is Restoring Lives. And we say Restoring Lives because the home is where the heart is. So it's restoring lives, not infrastructure. Restoring infrastructure doesn't sound very heartwarming.
Yeah.
And our mission statement is restoring hope, restoring lives, people that are displaced, that don't have the ability to get back, kids that are lost already. Like when these centers go down, they have nothing. So like that calls to me a lot because you have to have somewhere to go back to. There has to be a safe zone. It's always got to be at north, right? And as a kid, I was a bad kid, but when you're in trouble, you run home. Yeah. If you don't run home, where do you run into more trouble?
Yeah.
So that was kind of my thought behind that.
Incredible.
And then,
Incredible.
And me being in the field, like I was in the field 7 days a week. Like the amount of stuff I saw and kids displaced, and you in low income areas, and kids walking around with no diapers on, the house caught fire. there's no coming back from this.
None.
The little structure they had is gone.
Yeah.
You call CPS. I've gone through all of it, and like you see, no one's coming to help anybody. I'm not naive. You can't save everybody. We can at least try, do a little bit.
Yes.
And in a sector that you're good at.
Yeah.
I'm good at building homes.
Yeah.
I'm good at restoration. This is not a crazy pivot for me.
Mm.
So, but like the raw and realness of it sometimes is also the way it doesn't get very far because I'm not a big promoter, flashy look at me. I'm like, bro, I'm just doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
And just because I want to, I think I want to get clarity too is disaster happens.
Mm-hmm.
A family is displaced. I'm imagining due to maybe insurance not being able to help out, and that's where your nonprofit comes in.
That's one scenario.
Okay.
So and that's the primary need right now. But we've also done a lot of work where it's also boys and girls clubs or people, things like that have no money to do it. Then our foundation will come in and support if we agree with the cause and they submit a document. I go out there and check it out. Like we've done 2 or 3. We did a couple of churches in LA. If it fit the need. I'm like in those areas, like there was a well-known pastor in the Pasadena area, and my guys were out there. My paid workers were out there for Lawton Construction. They're like, "Hey, this guy's house burned down. He's like the dude in the area for these kids. His house was his church." My guy reached out. I'm like, "All right, that fits."
Wow.
We can't build all the houses back, but we can build that.
That's
so if we build that, he's already the one like bringing them all in. He's mother hen.
Yeah.
If I do that, that's a starting point. So we did that one, knocked that one out. And we have testimonies on that, and then that felt really good because it's a bigger fix.
Yeah.
If I fix one person's home, they're not gonna help the rest. This guy's helping people.
Totally.
So that's your picture perfect scenario where we go in head first. But then,
absolutely incredible, man.
So we're definitely excited. Hopefully there's still spots left, but the nonprofit, you got a big golf tournament coming up next year.
We heard golf.
Was that right? Was it March 26th?
It's March 19th.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So March 19th at arguably, it's not even arguably, the best golf course in our entire area.
Agreed.
Yochidehi.
Yes, it's an awesome course.
What's the do you know the approximate cost for the golf tournament? It's not till March, but
like for the cost for you guys? Or
people who want to join and help.
I believe so. If you look on there, I believe the foursome. I think it's pretty nominal. I think a foursome is either $3,000 or $4,000 for the foursome, and then you have option to obviously sponsor as well.
Yeah.
But a big shout out to my buddy Justin Fanswell. It was his golf tournament. It was the April Fool's Classic. I've been going to for years. He's a well-known lobbyist out here, one of my closest friends, and he decided to bring us in for the nonprofit. And he's been a real big help in business and with the nonprofit, getting us in the right doors. I'm old school. I'm not good at going out and asking for help, but he's linked me up with a lot of people that are able to help at the grant level.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten in there yet because getting grants, you have to have so many years of track record and all these things and all these boxes checked off. So other nonprofits get them because they're vetted and they're older. I'm not going to talk about. I don't want to talk smack, but the percentage that goes to the community dwindles down.
Yeah.
It's public knowledge. Look up most nonprofits. What's the percentage going back to the community? 10 to 15%.
Got it. Dang.
Whoa.
Dang.
That's just in general. That's an average. You could just chat GPT it.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to be
that's a mind-blowing number itself.
Yeah.
But this golf tournament sounds like it's going to be insane networking.
You're
going to have some big names there.
Yeah. So in times past, it's been a very fun spoof event where there's there's practical jokes going on. We're gonna have some of that, but it's still gonna be more professional. So we're blending. There's be a lot of construction professionals, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people on my boards, some local sports celebrities, all the lobbyist groups, and then just dudes like all of us that are just scrappy that want to help out and go have some fun.
Yep.
And it's a nominal fee. Get $4,000, and all of that goes to the nonprofit. You go out there, spend a whole day, hang out. We're gonna have some really cool sponsors out there. We're working on having really cool whole sponsors that are gonna be fun for the event that brings value, not just your typical golf tournament. We all go to corporate ones where it's all on theme. This is gonna still be very unique.
I love it.
So.
I didn't pick up my phone for anything other than when it's on my calendar. Nobody on my team puts it on there.
Awesome.
I promise you, we will be buying a foursome on there. So I'm really, and I always want to know the why behind it. And just hearing that stuff beforehand and what you're doing, man. I know you're not one to ask for the help, and that's not, you love just to do it.
Yep.
That's why, it's a who, not a how. You got people
Sure.
around that are able to do that. I hope that this leads to more eyes, more ears,
certainly
being
hope
able
so,
to hear
too.
yours as well. And, pumping somebody else up and is something that I would love to be a part of as
Oh, I
well.
love that, man.
So I'll
Yeah.
be definitely getting the information out, but I promise you we're buying a
That's
foursome,
awesome.
man.
And well, but full disclosure, while I'm doing this too, I mean, I'll let you guys know we signed up a whole bunch of work in LA we couldn't do.
Got it.
So the hardest thing I had to do was write letters back saying that we couldn't
Yeah.
get them the Mac. Bro, it's it
That's
sucks
tough.
beyond belief, but
Yeah.
like literally we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I spent 6 months of my life doing nothing but flying around trying to get it. And maybe I'm not the right dude for it, but like in my heart, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I can't. That's
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So now I'm like, I have to go to the community. And be like, there's a need here. This is a real thing. Let's just, it doesn't have to be crazy, but like, if we can raise a few million, like, we have work to do, and
Yeah.
it's real work. And I feel like there's a real need right now with the kids. Right now, there's the way society is going. Like, there's a lot of unknowns, and like, if I can fix one of the knowns, that's still, it's like cereal and coffee and cartoons and Saturday morning. Like, that might sound silly, but doesn't sound silly to me.
It does not sound silly. Incredible.
That's the second time you've mentioned that. I'm like, man, cereal at home sounds kind of good right now.
I'm just quoting. We all quote our own
Well,
childhoods,
exactly.
right?
That's
So
what-
my childhood, like when I was scared, like I would look forward to getting up on Saturday morning with a blanket.
Yeah,
and
that's
watching
it,
something.
bro.
Yeah. That was
The
it,
world's
man.
not so bad. I'm like, that's all we had, right? There was no TiVo, there was no recorded stuff. I'm sitting there waiting. For
It's that first day, no school.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm
it's
sitting
like,
this close and
yes.
it's got the
That is great.
all is right in the world,
That
right?
is great, man.
It sounds like you go to LA a lot.
I do, yeah.
Yep.
So we have workers down there as well, and I have a couple. Well, we have one Airbnb beach house down there that we picked up. So
Where at?
it's Palos Verdes Estates, so
Okay.
PVE.
Yeah.
So Manhattan Beach, then Torrance, Redondo.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar
right
with
there.
it.
So I'm an avid surfer.
Nice.
Going back to the real estate, I've always, when I was younger, didn't have any money. Like I was lucky enough to also, when I started buying nicer properties, to buy in areas that apparently everybody liked.
Yeah.
So I was an avid snowboarder back in the day. Couldn't afford anything. I was like, wouldn't it be cool one day to have a little small family cabin?
Yeah.
And I finally got that.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then 2 years later, I bought 4 Airbnbs in the same area when it was like 2016.
Where was that at? Where
Out Tahoe, Truckee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you still have those
Oh yeah.
properties?
Oh yeah.
You're
we're-
kidding me.
No, we have 4 more builds going on, so we'll have 8 up there in
Wow.
Tahoe, Truckee.
Incredible.
So
Yes, yes,
it's-
yes.
Are those all short-term rentals?
They're gonna be, but they're cracking down.
They crack-
so-
they-
I heard,
That changed.
I heard
Yeah.
they're loosening up, is what I just
But
heard.
so it's a still over a year wait list
Okay.
right now. There's no grandfathering in. So the properties I'm building, I have to either hold them and just hemorrhage the money, or try to rent them out and then wait. But I have all the other properties, so I have 4 that already have permits on them.
Yeah.
And then we're building 2 brand new customs, and then I picked up a 3-plex. That'll be long-term or ski leases.
Got it.
So right now, the ones that you've already owned,
Mhm.
are there long-term tenants? in
No,
them?
those are all short-term.
They're all short-term because you
Truckee. I mean, the difference is insane. Like Truckee.
to Tahoe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, Truckee and Tahoe, both short-term market just crushes it up there.
Yeah, always,
It's such a well-known area to go to.
Yep.
And like I have a blend of both. Like most of mine are nice cabins, but not over the top. So the daily rate is very affordable.
Yeah.
So it stays booked all the time.
Yeah.
So you have the big giant ones. Like not everybody can afford $4,000 a night to stay in a
yeah.
giant luxury cabin.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
mine's $350 a night.
Yeah.
And it sleeps 10 people.
We have our new connection.
all day.
Absolutely, for sure.
If we can get in.
I know.
Well, I mean,
Like that.
it's like, well, you know what? Friends and family, I have my personal cabin. I don't rent that one out, but all my homies stay there because
Yeah.
it's always available.
Man.
Is that in Tahoe?
It's in Tahoe Donner, ski slopes. It's right there, central.
I love it.
I like that side more, man. 'Cause I like to go to multiple resorts.
Yeah.
Squad.
I love
North
Tahoe
Star.
Donner.
I like Sugar Bowl a lot.
Yep.
And being
Yep.
on that side of 80, you can just go anywhere.
Exactly.
So if you're down in Zephyr Cove during the holidays, you can't. You're
Yeah.
landlocked. You can't
Yeah.
get out of there.
Yeah.
I learned fast because I've been if you're from California, especially Sacramento, you've been going to Tahoe your whole life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Earlier this year, I helped a buyer purchase a property. She did a 1031 exchange. Their family sold like a 6-unit apartment complex in SF.
Yeah.
She ended up buying in. I think this is my favorite part of the lake, which was Tahoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
great area. Yep.
right, like walking distance to Chamberlain. But Tahoe Donner is the shit for
Yes.
the reason where it's not super crowded.
You see it? Yep.
And then I think some of the best restaurants are in Truckee.
I agree.
So
The price point has gone up quite a bit, but you have
Yeah.
the tennis courts up there, the equestrian centers. So like for people visiting, like you have so much.
Yeah.
You have all the pools. Like I can offer all those amenities.
Yep.
Yeah.
So even in the summertime, I mean, they pump in the summer because in the summer they can go dirt bike riding, ATV, horseback riding, tennis. Their tennis courts up there are like world class now. They just redid all of those. 3 golf courses right there.
Yeah.
And then you have Coyote Moon Golf Course. It's like 5
Oh,
minutes from my
yeah.
place.
I love
So many, yeah.
place.
Yeah,
It's
it's great,
such
great
good
spot.
golf
Yeah,
up there. I
It's
love
a
it.
quirky little spot. That driving range is like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I know.
it's
Seriously.
like a net and a pad, but like the course is awesome.
one of the
love
things one of the things I learned when I was kind of researching this on Airbnbs is there's a lot of people that are not hitting home runs on their short-term rentals on their Airbnbs. But the thing I learned is it's got to be special. So it's got to be
Bingo.
where's the place?
Exactly.
Like, don't just think that you're going to kill it on an Airbnb in Sacramento proper.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So you mentioned Palos Verdes, you know, ocean.
Yep.
That's special. That's unique. That's like, that's a destination that people travel around the world, not just the
Exactly.
nation, around
Yeah.
the world to stay
It's also
in.
it's a special area in LA. It's like you go around that last cove and it's like Catavadera on the ocean, not the no hustle and bustle of LA. Like I fell in love
Yeah.
with it. Like I told you, like all these houses I started buying, I fell in love with the area.
Yeah.
I love Tahoe.
Yeah.
I didn't think about ever investing in it until I started hearing about it, and I bought my first cabin. Then a year later, I'm like, the market was still going down because it was the second recession, like 2016.
Yeah.
And like they were selling for $300,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I was picking up cabins for $300,000, and now
Oh my God.
and now and 380, and now they're 1.8.
Yeah.
But it was just because I love the area. I love this area.
Yeah.
Like I'm all,
Yeah.
I can't even build it for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, so also I always go, if I can buy a house for less than I can build it, I don't care what the market is. I can't build it for that.
That's
at my
crazy.
cost.
That's
so
crazy.
So that's always an easy win. I don't need any special software. I can build for $2 a foot, whatever it might be. If I can buy it for less than that, just buy it.
Yeah. That's
Especially
great.
because you're already walking into that equity.
Mm-hmm.
Did you on the Palos Verdes Airbnb? Did you have were you kind of strategic with the staging or the photos and just like how that all?
Yeah,
comes
we've
into-
gotten a lot better at all that. Yeah, and like we're doing more venues at that one now too. 'Cause it's a bigger property. It's a 3-story. So like we're trying now to even branch out outside of Airbnb because of all. And it's so predatorial now. It's all based on like the client. So it's kind of like Yelp. You know what I mean? Like the business is always wrong.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I want to build up a network where I can go to wedding venues and the golf courses and create a rev share agreement where I'm, where we're hosting. If you host my property, you get a discount here, get a discount there. Do more like resort executive retreats at, at the bigger ones.
I
So
like that.
The houses that are bigger, hallmark, badass properties, I like that better because there's if you go look at Malibu, like there's so many giant mansions.
yeah.
I'm like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna go down there for a wedding, I'm down there like we're all word of mouth kind of people, right? If I tell you, bro, check this one out,
Yeah.
you probably check it out. You'll
100%.
probably scroll past 100.
Yeah.
I'm also there's a niche there, and
Yeah.
then and if you build that up, you can also kind of get away from all the fees because you get 30% fees on that thing. So
I love it. I mean, you're basically talking about, and I'm sure just in hearing the story, the lineage of this is that your network just kind of grows and grows and grows. And when you can potentially just rely on the stuff that you mentioned, like golf courses, but also your private network
Exactly.
and word of mouth and referral.
and
The clientele you're going to get is going to be 10 out of 10.
Exactly. And now where we're all in our lives now we realize the multiplier isn't always the dollar amount you get; it's the connection out of it and the people that are there, and like then how you can spiderweb that off because you keep thinking about it. This golf course is going to do this. Well, then now I can talk to them about this. This guy comes in, he owns this. Your networking brain will explode if you start wiring yourself for it, right?
Yeah.
So.
My wheels are already like spinning.
I could talk to you forever, just so you know.
I know.
Like,
I appreciate that.
So this guy's in SoCal a lot, and
Okay, cool.
I'm usually there like a handful for different reasons. My buddy lives in Marina Del Rey.
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
And then I have some friends in Santa Monica.
Yep.
And it's like, you can relate to this. It's like you leave Sacramento and you spend a couple days out in those areas. It's like you're in a totally different world.
Agreed. Yeah,
But his daughter just got a scholarship and is playing softball.
Congrats, man!
in
Awesome.
Concordia, so she's
Oh,
D2
cool.
in Irvine,
Awesome.
and it wasn't intentional, but I've definitely planted the seeds for my kids because I wanted to play SoCal golf all the time. So as they're playing, we're looking at all the colleges. My son, who's a
Yeah.
senior in high school right now, he wants to go play baseball down that way as well.
cool.
So if he does, it really gives me a reason to get a place down there.
That's
because
awesome, yeah.
I should have got one when my daughter was 10 with how often we went down to tournaments. I mean,
we all
down
have that story.
yeah,
at least.
right, exactly, exactly. So, you know, I mean, I go out of my house. I'm like, I choose to be in this cold weather when my daughter is down to 75 degrees, and so you know, it's a great thing. Although going back to your build up and everything like that, man, it's incredible always hearing people's arc. I know you said that you learned a lot from as many mistakes as you had, right?
Yep.
What would you do different if you were starting back over, man? There's people loving this episode are going to be entrepreneur people that want to hear it, and we all learn from our mistakes. So I'm sure it all got you to the right place. But if you had to do it all over again, what steps would you skip yourself? What would you tell yourself?
I think
to
the
do?
only important one is that stop thinking you know it all, and stop thinking that someone's going to come fix it for you.
Oh, yeah.
and also being so scared to. The fake it till you make it quote, I hate that.
Yeah.
I always say if you fake it, you're not going to make it.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to fake it and acting like I knew what I was doing with all the contractors. I was young also.
Yeah.
Like I was 23 competing with 43-year-old guys. Like I walk in, I know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing. If I could look back, I would look for more advice, like right off the bat, because I did so many things wrong and scaled wrong so many times and then lost it all and scaled again out of ignorance by not talking to people and learning from somebody who's doing it better. I'm going to do it myself. No one does it themselves, and if you do, you're gonna freaking over and over again.
Yeah.
Like no one does. Like find somebody that's has a similar business and ask them for advice. You're gonna save yourself so much.
Yeah.
Across the board. Across the board.
And I think you'll be surprised with how many people that have been there, done that, readily want to help you get there
Exactly.
too, right?
Yeah.
Is that a correct statement?
All of us as we grow, I always say, people are like, I'm sure I'm bothering them. Well, actually, you're helping me because you're reminding me of like what you're actually making me think about things I never think about.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not bothering me. You're actually giving me more energy to like why I love this so much back in the day.
Oh my
goodness. So yeah.
The fake it till you make it is kind of like, they want to look good. They don't want to look stupid. But I love that is being the guy that is willing to just ask the questions and just be like, look, I don't know everything, but I want to ask questions. One of the things I think that even in my short time in knowing you is like, you'd be surprised that there's people that actually want to share things with you. And also, if you come from a place of humility, we're all trying to do the best that we can do.
Oh, 100%.
But for me, like I barely have a high school education from a continuation high school, didn't go to college.
Just like me.
And the thing that has always been in my life story is the people that I've met along my journey. And just the connections that I've made. So you can...
Same thing. I mean, if someone comes to me arrogant and driving a car they can't afford and they want advice, I'm like, yeah, no. If someone rolls up to me honest, like I'm struggling right now. I want to succeed. That's what I want to hear. I'm all now, don't be a victim. Let's try this. And if they do, I'm all, you're in. So like me, when I was younger, like driving a new truck, I was faking it. Driving my new truck, all my tools. I should have been more humble and like walked up and be like, hey guys, I'm probably not gonna get this job because you're way better than me. Can I get some advice? Like, why not? But I grew up in the trades. Like, if you said questions, I grew up my dad's company, and my guys wouldn't teach me anything because I'd be a threat. Like, you had to sweep a broom and watch the guys hang drywall to learn. They wouldn't show you shit.
That's
crazy.
Because
they were like these old school, like, you're not taking my job. Well, that's really how it was. So like, it's also hard, like coming from that blue collar mindset to now when you're a business owner, it does change.
Yeah, it does.
So a lot of that at that level, like business owners want to help guys like this, and so that'd be my one piece of advice.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Chris has heard me say it a bunch of times. I mean, the only reason I think I'm halfway smart is because I know I don't know shit. So I say,
and his hands are like silky smooth, like a baby's bottom, which means you've never had a hammer in your hand before.
Wrong.
Oh shit, I'm talking about myself actually.
I thought he was going to call me the B word. I thought he was getting to that.
It's going sideways.
So
real quick.
I don't have to call him a bitch
Okay.
because his 11-year-old is Trey 11?
Trey is 11.
Trey doesn't call you a bitch.
No, he does. He will say whatever it is just to talk smack. Dad, you got small muscles. Blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. You're a heck of weak. You just airballed it when I wouldn't play basketball this weekend.
Yeah.
Man, you can't even shoot. Sorry. No curse words,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm definitely humbled every
When my
day.
boy does that too, he's a big kid. He's like tackling me. He's like, I could take you. I'm like, grab him. I guess I'm like 2 fingers. He's like, I'm all not yet. Well, you can't even
Not
take these.
yet.
Oh, this is dad's strength, bud.
So good. So good.
Are your parents still around?
Yeah,
or-
but my parents are around, so they had me way later in life. My parents are in their 80s, so they're retired, but my dad is still out doing construction stuff for his family. He's a worker. Like he's down at my Aunt Marla. She's down in Santa Monica. He's down there hanging drywall. Him and his brother.
right now?
Yeah, they stay active. Like my dad's sport has always been working.
Yeah.
So like.
So he's in his 80s and he's hanging drywall.
A lifetime of construction. He's in his 80s, still hanging drywall, still a beast of a man. Yeah.
That's insane. So where does are your dad and mom split?
No, they're together. No.
Okay, and are
they're
they-
in Auburn as well? So it's really so funny
That's
story.
incredible.
Like I grew up in the country. I never wanted to be out that far away. But when I was little, there was nothing. They live like 1 mile from my house.
Yeah.
So I'm behind Hidden Falls, and like they're around the corner. So like we're 1 mile apart, which is awesome for babysitting and for
course.
Parker. And Parker loves going over there because he have the same stuff. We shoot guns, bow and arrows. Like whenever we have an event, Parker's like, yes, and they're right there.
cool, man.
Like they're just right there.
This
So-
is the epitome of legacy.
exactly.
I
It
mean,
really
yeah,
is, man.
yeah.
I got to imagine just hearing and peeling the onion back on your story. It's got to make your dad proud
For
because
sure.
you basically, like my mom. I got into real estate because my mom.
Yeah.
And sounds like
Yeah,
your
got
story.
into
You got into
construction.
construction because your dad.
Yep.
It's just what happened was you then 5X'd it and started
Sure.
building different legs
Exactly.
and pieces along the way. So your dad's got to be just super stoked that
He is,
that his
yeah.
son has taken this on.
Yep. And my oldest sister too. She works for the company, so she does all marketing as well. She's in Lincoln. Like my goal was the legacy piece was to have everybody around because as times get tougher and people get older, it's better to have a community and tribe right close around each other. It's like you build that moat and that castle. Like that is the legacy piece. Like I didn't buy that property by chance.
Incredible.
I mean, so it's like the universe provided it, but we weren't actually ready for it. But like couldn't have picked.
Yeah.
Like it's like right there, and it's even the addresses are backwards. It's like, so,
Are you
so I grew up
serious?
at 4035 Steelers Ravine. I'm at 5430 Blue Oak Ranch.
Dang.
So how far?
It's weird, man. It's kind of
Crazy.
weird, right?
That's awesome.
What's the commute from where you live to where Parker goes to school? How
Too long.
Yeah, 'cause is it like a half-hour drive?
It's a half-hour drive.
Uh-huh.
And when he got that, like Parker was only doing one. I not going to like I graduated at 16. I was homeschooled. I wasn't the best student. Not knowing how much commitment sports were, I had no idea. Like my wife does hot laps. Like at football practice, like she's gone for 7 hours of the day. He gets off at 3. Practice starts at 5.
Yeah.
There's no point in coming home.
Yeah.
And then he'll come till 8 or 9. I'm like,
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a lot. But I mean, the property's beautiful, but it is a commitment.
Now,
for
what
sure.
about like obviously you're linked. You and Vince are in business together. He's
Yes,
one
sir.
of the dopest cyclists in the entire area. It's
Absolutely.
Funny, it's funny. Like I've had people be like, "Oh, do you cycle with Vince?" I'm like, "Let me tell you how the cycling world is." Okay.
There's levels to this.
Vince. I've cycled with Vince 2 times,
Ah, dude.
and the 2 times he's done like 40 or 50 miles, and he's like, I guess I kind of need a break, so I'll cycle with you now.
Yeah.
Like that's like the levels.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like going
Yeah.
what I feel full speed.
Yep.
That's his cool down.
Yep.
Right. But do you ever get like Vince or any cyclists like to make pit stops? I know that Auburn
Dude,
pit stops into your house.
I actually need to get back in cycling. So we haven't actually cycled together. So I grew up doing dirt biking and downhill mountain biking, but like I always teased him about cycling just like because of like the stereotype. And he's like, I'm making this edgy, and But anyway, I'm actually interested in doing it. But Vince is just a competitor. Everybody I've known that are like fierce competitors, and that's been their business is that they don't know how they have to do that every day. And I talked to Vince. It's very much how I have to do. When I say what I do, you go, that sounds insane. It's no different.
Yeah.
We're wired the exact same.
Yeah.
The exact same.
Yeah.
We're doing the exact same thing in different sectors. I'm doing it in business. You're doing it over here. We have the exact same need. We all have to have that dopamine hit of doing more than humanly possible for ourselves because that's what we have to do. It's not to be an egomaniac. It's literally how we are good people.
Yeah.
And without that, we become grouchy bad people. I'm
Yeah.
aware of that. I have to deplete myself to be happy.
Oh, that's great.
And that is true, by the way, like in the cycling world. I mean, technically, cycling's been going on for such a long time. And you look at like the Tour de France stuff and like the bikes they were using, you know, these Italians and French, like back in like the 1930s. But predominantly, the cycling world is pretty dorky. Yeah. And it's like guys wearing like stupid looking tights. But Vince has broken into that. Like the Enjoy brand itself, like one of the bibs that I own.
Love the brand.
I was gonna mention he had me to their company event, and like literally the guys were all speaking. They're like, there's like these dirt bike kids are like, we just thought it was so nerdy. And we met Vince, and it's like the whole room was saying that. That's what I said. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting a bike. Let's go.
Seriously.
I'm sold.
Dude, he's dope, man. He's got the leopard print bib that I bust out when I'm doing like my century rides, and people are like, dude, those bibs are sick as shit.
Yeah,
man.
He's got some really cool stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, he's doing mitts with me again. He knows I used to fight a little bit, but like I thought I was fighting amateur, and then even him being retired, like watching that kind of competitor and skill set, like
he's psycho,
bro. Like
he hits hard.
And also I like accepting that I'm not the best, but I want to learn because I want to get better. I like getting better. I never think I'm the best at something. Just because I fought a lot when I was younger and I could brawl and have a thick skull doesn't mean I know how to fight. Right?
Yeah.
And like his footwork's insane. I was just like back excited about doing it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, being a big fish in a small pond, like you said, up in Auburn at my little gym. And like now working with like a world-class competitor, I'm like, and I'm in kindergarten.
Yes. Oh man,
that'd be kind of fun to just do some light, glove mid actual
you
events.
should. It's awesome. We're doing it now, and my operations manager Gomer actually met him at my gym sparring and boxing. He's a boxer, and at the shop now we do it once a week. Just get out there. Vince has the mitts in the shop.
Is this on your property?
In Lincoln, I have a big warehouse, so we do it there.
Yeah.
And then I have an Airbnb property in Newcastle where I used to live. And at that point I was kind of fighting. I have a giant shop that I keep like some of the cars in, and I have a whole MMA setup.
Dang.
All the bags, like everything from my gym that when I shut the gym down, I put there. So I walk Vince in there. We open the door. He goes, "This is yours." I'm all, "Yep." There's like cobwebs hanging. He goes, "You don't use this?" I'm all, "Here's the key." Now we are.
Dude, that is sick as shit. That's at your.
It's in Newcastle, so it's really close. It's behind A&A Stepping Stone, 193. You just get off the freeway right there. I'm on 5 acres, and I have a 4,000 square foot 2-story shop. It's all heated, and half of it's.
What's the street name?
Geraldson.
Okay.
Yep.
That sounded freakishly like the property that I referenced.
Yeah, that whole area has so many properties like that, man. It's like those 5-acre parcels and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful property. I Airbnb the actual house, and it crushes it for wine venues, weddings.
What is the approximate rate does that thing go for?
I don't know the nightly rate, but I know we're bringing in $250 a year cash on it. And I bought it at a good time
on one property,
and I haven't actually over leveraged that one. So, and I only owe like $550 on that because I bought it a long time ago. But,
yeah. Well, that is believable because I'll share the story with you because you're obviously friends with the Finley boys, right?
Oh yeah.
Are you more
with Zach mainly? Yeah.
Tight with Zach,
yeah.
So I'm tighter with Kyle.
You mentioned that, yeah.
And this story is insane. Going back to this, the essence of real estate and the stuff that we've been talking about, but. Kyle owns a property out in Loomis, a pretty spectacular property, and he was telling me that he and his family, 4 kids, decided that they wanted to travel the world for like 6 months.
Oh wow!
And the agreement was that they were going to the level of places they were going to stay based on their travels was determined on the money that they were going to be getting from the Airbnb on their primary residence.
That's
Because
smart.
when they left their house, they decided we're going to Airbnb it while we're gone.
Yeah.
Bro, he said they brought in 6 months $120,000. I mean, the place, it's a compound. So it's just like pool. But my first thing that came to my head was, who in the hell is coming out to want to stay in Loomis? And
Well, it's funny you say that because we all think that people are like us in our little bubble. You got to realize it's a really big world out there.
Yeah.
And what we would do isn't how we should leverage our companies because we are this small amount compared to how half of our clients are from the Midwest. They come out and spend Christmas at the property. Same thing. It's a compound.
Yep.
Bass pond, outdoor pool, sauna, outdoor barbecue pit area, nice house, can sleep 12 people. Big giant driveway, super open, gates for the kids. They can ride their bikes on the property. Same thing.
Yep.
And it's close to everything. It's right off the freeway, right close to the wine trails.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things too that I've learned is, first and foremost, like Newcastle's only 25-30 minutes outside of Sacramento.
Exactly.
So it's not like huge.
Exactly.
And
an hour and 10 minutes to Truckee to Tahoe to snowboarding.
Yeah.
So these people from like the Bay Area, LA, they're like an hour to Tahoe. And 30 minutes to over here. Like they're like, this is a perfect base station.
spot. Yeah.
Home run.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh man.
This is the epitome of legacy. This is why we started this podcast. It's just so
awesome.
it's so funny because we start this podcast, Rene used to be a collegiate basketball player. So like a lot of the people we've had in here at first were like sports athletes.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And then it kind of evolved to like entrepreneurs. Like, man, we know a lot of people that own spirit companies,
Mm-hmm.
tequila brands,
Yep.
restaurants, and now it's just like slowly evolved into like this conversation with you has been really the epitome of what was in our minds.
That's awesome.
Of having entrepreneurs in here that started from nothing, from the ground up, but are building incredible legacies. I mean,
Thank you.
Your kids are lucky because it sounds like what you're doing, it's not stopping, and it's inspiring. It's
Thank you
inspiring
very
to hear
much.
the story, man.
Very much. Thank you very much.
Before we, I got to go back because you're talking about your dad and he's 80, he's still doing his thing and still work. Why did he sell you the company at 23 years old?
Because he
wasn't done working.
No,
obviously.
he wasn't done working, but he was very religious. So he was putting most of his time into the church and traveling and traveling minister, and like he was good at that. And he decided that at that time I could run it better, and then
Incredible.
I just ran it.
Yeah, I just never got the why.
But he's one of those guys. He always works in the property. But all those old guys at mall, you've been working on the property every day. Like, what'd you do? He's like, I move those rocks from here to there. I'm all okay, cool. Yeah, cool. All right, same tractor still broken. All right, no, I fixed that. I'm like, get you a new one. No, I'm gonna get one more. Just old school, man.
I love it.
I mean, I remember driving the jobs. Like the truck would break down more than the work we got done. So I had to learn how to fix shit. Like I'd be driving a truck and a trailer. The thing would break down. Only I could drive it. So like my dad had very few employees because you guys were like, what the hell is going on? So I learned like a lot of cool shit from my dad. But at the time, I'm like, Dad, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I look back now, I'm like, I learned how to wrench on stuff, how to fix tires on the side of the road, how to, like things that most people don't even think about is now second nature, just because of like having that older upbringing. So I appreciate it. So
Incredible.
Not talking shit. I think it's just he never even did sports. Like I got him playing golf now. Him and his brother play golf, but like he would just go out and work. He'd rather go out and weed whack for 6 hours.
I love it, man. I seriously love it, man. Gosh, man. With that being said, man, I mean, so many incredible irons in the fire. Obviously,
Thank you.
The nonprofit is the passion. You're moving that forward, but you still have the regular company. You've got all these properties. Now you got the family involved. What does it look like 5 years from now for you, man? What's on the radar?
I mean, some of my biggest success stories now, I'm bringing in like I always say you have the family you were born with and the family you choose.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've gone through so many friend groups back in the day of all the high fives out part. Like we've all been around that.
Yeah.
You have your high five buddies. You have your friends that will go to war for you.
Yeah.
And I've had some long-term friends that are now coming over and jumping into some of the other companies, and I'm giving them rev share agreements and bringing them as part owners, like not working for me, working with me. I don't like people that say I work for Brett.
Of course,
It irks me.
Yeah,
People still say it. Oh, I'm Brett's employee. I'm like, ugh. No,
Nope.
no. So like I'm now giving more equity and brought on a couple other really close friends of mine that I thought would never want to do with this, and now they're jumping in, they're crushing it in the real estate side. So my legacy piece is bringing in people that I truly love and cherish, that I think they could do more, and just finding a way to hopefully have it fit. And then if that's the case, then the legacy will be multiple friends and family that I grew up with and close homies and their kids that I know, and build all this thing out where it's all ours. And all of us are making great money, and then all of our skill sets are combined, because we all cap out. I feel like I'm capping out at a certain point, and then this guy comes in and freaking just blows me away because his mind's fresh. And I'm also got to be self-aware. Like, I'm kind of an old war dog sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, I get up some days, I'm like, what am I doing today? Where am I?
Oh, man. Good problems to have.
But that would be my legacy piece. And then hopefully, having my daughter come back. And then I remember not wanting to work for my dad. So what a funny story at the end. Like, I stopped working for my dad at 17 and got certified as a personal trainer, and then was going to want to be a sports therapist. And I showed up to Sierra College one day, and for some reason my brain was wired. I asked, like, how much do you make at the end after 6 years of college? And I go, I'm making that right now in my head. I'm like, that's how much I make right now working for my dad. And so I just left.
Oh, great decision.
Yes.
Great
First of all, I
decision.
didn't go. I haven't been to college. I couldn't find a parking spot. I was like half an hour late, getting yelled at. I walk in there. Well, already wasn't working for me. And then,
Oh my goodness, that's funny. That is funny, man. Let me go back to how he's talking. Man, that legacy part. Oh my goodness, I mean, that is so exciting. What it immediately made me think of, I mean, when I follow a lot of people on social, not social media, but like podcasts and everything. Ed Milet, one of his speeches has always hit home. Your family has a lineage, but every now and then the one comes, and the one comes, it changes the family tree. Not only that's what a lot of us aspire to be that one that comes and changes your entire family tree. What you just explained is changing the family tree of many families.
And the friendship tree.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the friends. Their families.
And then
so that's what I'm taken back by it, and I'm just, man.
It's a compound factor, too. It's like this God complex is something that has to go away. Like, I don't think I'm the best at everything. I'm the best at finding the best to work with me.
Yes, sir.
Like, them finding themselves. They don't even know. Like, well, that's my knack, is knowing this person could do this when they choose to. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? And like, so that, even my kids, like my daughter, back to my story, my daughter didn't want anything to do with the company. She's like, this is boring. Went back there, then all of a sudden started seeing all the other cool stuff. I go, the cool stuff happens after you do the real stuff. You don't do it backwards. Society has it twisted. You think you do all this cool stuff first, but you don't have anything intrinsic. You don't have any value. All you have is time. So bootstrap it up. You have nothing but time, and get the work done. If someone told me I had to go back and couch surf and work for $10 an hour, I don't think I would survive. But at 19, I would have no problem doing it. So you don't want to be 30 and never had bootstrapped it, because that's a dangerous spot to be. So now she came back. She's going to crush it. But like it's just letting them come into it on their own, but just slightly pushing.
100%. That's the toughest part, because I'm right there with you. My kids are finally getting to that age, but if you want to have a easy life, do the hard stuff now. If you want to have a hard life, do the easy stuff now.
Even my son now, if something breaks, he freaks out upstairs. He's walking, he's panicking. I walk, I'm like, why are you upset? That broke. I'm like, yeah, you broke it. He's like, well, what do I do? I'm like, what do you think we should do? We should probably start by cleaning it first, right? And then what's the next step? And he's like, oh, I'm all, stop panicking and start fixing it.
I fully believe that for your kids act just like you. Is a lot of people think that it's like the hereditary part. It's because they see how you react to certain things.
Correct.
You're setting their subconscious because they're watching you, and especially if you have to explain it. I don't really think it's hereditary. I think it's because they're
reactive. So the kids grow up, when they break something, they get screamed at. It's like anybody trained. Like, you raise your, like, they're fearful of, but they broke it. I'm all, it's a teachable moment. I don't care that you broke it. I'm upset like I told you not to do it 19 times.
Exactly.
But now you broke it. Now you got to fix it. And now how are we going to pay for it?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
That is a great thing, and something that I struggle with is
breaking shit. I know, man.
Me too.
Breaking shit and losing my temper. But it is true, man. Like, your kids are modeling what they see, and also, what a breath of fresh air to not get freaking screamed at you know,
Yep.
when something goes wrong.
And we all have our ticking points. Not to say that I'm some
100%.
picture perfect dad. I freak out on my kids all the time, but it's usually not for that. It's usually for other things that are more mundane that seems like more ridiculous, but to me they're like my nervous tick, like not taking the trash out or like chewing their mouth open. I'll freak out more about that than him breaking something real or denting my car. Or they think it's like, oh my, like he's gonna kill me. I just did this to his car. I walk out, I'm like, that was pretty silly, huh?
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna. I don't know, for some reason, like real problems, I don't get upset about. I get more upset about behavioral things.
yeah.
It's hard. I don't know how to explain it. But
Chewing,
I follow you.
the chewing with the mouth open is like is the worst for me.
Or like no eye contact and
Yeah.
the hat on at food. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
There it is.
Smacking
There it is.
gum.
Yep.
Like, you know, another thing is like when a guest comes over to the house and the kids don't say hi or shake their hand.
Yep.
That's a big one.
Yep. No eye contact.
Yep.
Yeah,
Call
no eye
anybody
contact,
bro. I'm like, not your bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Well, thank you so much
course.
for
Yeah,
coming
thank you,
in
guys.
and
The
just
pleasure's all mine.
sharing these stories with us and our
been fun,
audience.
yeah.
This is a gem for our audience, man. It really is.
Yeah. Looking forward to the golf tournament, but hopefully we'll see
Absolutely.
you
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
before that.
Definitely.
Shout out to Vince for the connection and
Absolutely.
I just love to want to say this too, like how God works and also just looking at, you know, the companies you've built, but also what your mission is with the nonprofit. It's like the connection piece too of like somebody like Vince. I mean, Vince is like living his dream. He's on the pathway to making it to the UFC and fighting, and then just gets diagnosed with his brain disease, and you know, now getting to see the next chapter in his book that he's writing, and now how a relationship linking with you, and I'm excited to see what you guys have
I'm
in
excited
store.
too. Because, I mean, that's the same path for being tenacious in business. You're gonna have the same awful pushbacks just like that. But like, if you can be tenacious and come back from that and still be a competitor, you can do it anything in life.
Yep.
It's the same mental tenacity, the same grit. It's just lateral pivots. You already have it. You just got to pivot.
Totally.
Yeah.
So.
Man, and that's a perfect way to end it, man.
Right
Just
on.
motivation all over the place.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for being in
Likewise,
the
thank
lounge,
you.
man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I had a blast. This was really fun.
Awesome,
Absolutely,
man.
bro.
All right, we're out.
We're out.
Good.